What's up, guys? It's Stubbornly. I am back with another video. This video I decided to do a family video. I haven't actually uploaded any gameplay of me playing family. I realized that earlier, and I was like, you know what, I should upload. So I decided to do all cook today. I kind of wanted to show you the route I go, with how I do blood, the blood route, my crawl spaces for each map. So this is the route I always go every time I play cook. I always start at that door. I do that crawl space. That's crawl space tends to be one that they use pretty quickly if they come up the garage over here and they get caught. It tends to be a quick escape for them. I always grab my blood buckets. I try to do everything equal. Do the doors on generator, then I go into garage, get the blood over there. I also want to point out, if you don't know all the spawn locations for the blood buckets, you can look at those little newspapers that you see on the ground, and you can know that those are usually where you're going to find your blood buckets. So they spawn in different locations usually. I wanted to make sure this door was closed because we do not have exterior up yet. Exterior is a perk that you see, it's a grandpa perk. That perk allows for when you level grandpa up to level 1 or whatever position the perk you see is, if it's in 1, 2, or 3. That's the level that you have to get grandpa in order for it to work. It'll show you whenever they open a basement door, an exit, any of the entrances to the generator, the car battery, things like that. So I try to make sure I get my blood while I'm taking the crawl spaces, especially on this map. This map is very large. So it's going to take a lot of time for Bubba to attempt to break all of these crawl spaces. So in the meantime, I just close them as needed to help prevent them from just kind of crawling from crawl space to crawl space, because there's a lot on this map. Once I work my way to the end of the map towards car battery, I come back because at that point I'm usually at 100. Which you see here, I'm 100, and then I'm gonna feed him. Usually when I play it with friends, we tend to only run the one grandpa perk, so that way that perk is always level 1, so we get that as soon as possible. You don't have to play that way. I don't really love any of the grandpa perks overly enough to really care about only running one grandpa perk, but it is random. So if you have other teammates who are running other perks, like someone else on this team, it will be random all the time. It's just kind of a random choosing which perk will be first, second, or third, which is why to prevent that, we just usually run one. As cook on this map, I tend to make sure that I patrol very well. If you use your power, you can, check on your locks, make sure they're still up. They'll have like a little white outline for you to see. You'll notice I'm doing that now, making sure they're up. A lot of this round, you'll see the third person was in Nancy, which makes things a little more intense because you just don't have the best idea on where people are. So you kind of like, if it was Hitch, you would know if a trap was down, then you would know that somebody went into that door. If he put his traps at a door, it's kind of just, a lot of people think, oh well, Hitch's traps are for people to step in, but it's also to slow them down, and it's also so you can kind of know what's been into or not. So if he had a trap here at this red door and he used his power and he could see that his trap was down, that's a way for him to know that somebody went into the building, and he doesn't have to then cross the map and go all the way over there to make sure that he's aware whether somebody broke into it. So it's kind of just helpful patrolling, really, if anything else, even if they don't step in it, because Bomb Squad is pretty strong. it's just another way to kind of keep track on, what's been done and where people might be. I'm also sorry, throughout this video I'm going to be muting still a good amount. I'm still sick, so we'll see how long these videos last of me saying I'm still sick. But I do hope that it's coming to an end. But I'm also recording this very late at night, so it's another problem. Also this round we are having a lot of I don't know what it was, but I was definitely rubber banding a lot. The Bubba was also rubber banding a lot as well. I don't know what it was, but it was definitely kind of annoying. This Nancy was really kind of not very helpful. She didn't really give many comms until like the very end. I don't know. I mean, I've had worse playing solo, which is something that I rarely do, so I love you guys very much for me to be playing solo. My Bubba is not solo, you will know and see. My Bubba is a very, very strong Bubba. In my opinion, one of the best. But I am playing solo, but only a 2-man. We do play all the rounds that you will find in this video together. The third is a random. But normally I would never play solo family. I mean, I would have to be really desperate for some reason to want to play family solo, because it's just, it's an experience, is what I'll say. It's a very interesting experience. So yeah, I don't normally do this, so you guys are welcome. Oh, in this round, by the way, you will see Hook's execution. So my plan with these videos are to upload a video with each family member. It's not going to be every family member because, truth be told, I do not play every family member. It'll be the ones I play and the ones that I know well enough that I feel I can make videos on and how I use them on each map. So this is going to be the Cook family video where I show you how I play him on all 4 of the maps. And then the follow-up video after that will more than likely be a Hitch video where I show you how I play him on all 4 of those maps, and I feel like that's probably how I'm going to do this. Again, I'm so sorry about my voice. I feel like I sound sick. Bear with me. So, there's a new execution pack out, if you guys aren't aware, which gives new killer animations when you execute them. So you will be seeing the new execution added for Cook in this one. And in future videos, I will be showing you, hopefully, the kills for other family. So I'm big on closing crawl spaces, if you notice. It just makes it so much easier for family later on in chases when you don't have to stop with the crawl space.
That's it. You ship the end of the year, I'll go give you that.
So I had a feeling that Danny was no longer in here. And I get a little paranoid when I see a door open and I know that no one really checked it out. But if I recall, I did hear some comms from my teammate that Danny had left the area once I entered that. I was like, you know what, I'm in here. Let me grab some blood. And then I rolled out. I also like to play Cook. Cook is my main, I would say, for the most part. Not because I find him the most fun, obviously. He doesn't get to really go and get into chases and get as many kills as a lot of the other family members, but I find him to be really important and really strong. and a really good part of a balanced family team. And I just don't feel like people play him the way that he should be played, and that's mainly to heavily, if you saw that rubber band there, that happened a lot this round and it was frustrating. But to patrol and to give information with callouts. I don't do callouts maybe as much as some other people do because I'm always just kind of running around. I am also not a basement cook. I know that's what this looks like, but this was not the plan. We have exterior up, so I was just gonna go around and close all of the basement doors to make sure we'd be alerted if one was open. Which is when I happened to hear the heavy footsteps of a Danny nearby, and I was like, maybe I can get a hit or two. And either push him towards a different exit or get him. So. So the execution for Cook, the new execution.
You're only making things worse. I told you I was tired of
Pretty cool. I like it. I enjoy it. I like the camera pan to his point of view, or from the victim's point of view, being killed. I thought that was pretty cool.
Facility had become tainted when several backward steppers would have fallen into the processing unit. And Mr. Austin
So with the gas station map, I tend to always lock this gas station door. This is the exit out from the gas station to the road. I always put one on that just in case somehow we miss it and someone gets in the generator. I know there's an extra padlock on that door for safety to hopefully give us time to get in there before they get out. Otherwise, I don't put my padlocks out unless they're needed. So we'll reach that part. So I keep my padlocks on me, and then I collect all the blood in generator before I leave. The only time that I will not collect all the blood in the generator area when I start is if when I press tab, I see that Grandpa's awake and there are a couple of doors open. So on the gas station map, one of the few spawns are on the tool shed. And that's a very quick fuse to get if they rush. So what you can do when the round starts, if you want to know just how much time you have, if you press tab and you see their points, and this is if there's no double XP and it's just, a regular XP, you're going to see them have at least 200 points, and that means they've unlocked the door. It doesn't mean that the door has been open, because if the door has been open, you'll see it as open noise. So that will trigger either when they unlock and open a door, or they've made enough noise to wake up Grandpa. Just because they've made noise doesn't mean that there is a door open. It just means they've made a lot of noise which woke Grandpa up, but it doesn't mean that anyone has come up yet. So I press tab and I just check the points. If it seems like a lot of doors have been unlocked and I know that Grandpa has already been woken up, I will tend to skip some of the buckets in the start of generator because you never know if the fuse spawn is going to be on tool shed or not. Especially when I don't have a hitch in a pre-main and I'm playing with a solo. I don't remember who the third was on this map, so we'll just have to see. Because I definitely feel like the most balanced family on this map is, in my personal opinion, I feel that Hitch, Cook, and Bubba are just a really well balanced family on all of the maps, honestly. And I tend to usually play a little sweaty when I play family. So that's usually the team that I go with on all maps. You'll see here, I was definitely a little frustrated that the exterior part was not chosen first. But all night, through all of these games, the solo, the rando, brought up Grandpa Perk, so there wasn't much I could do about that. How dare that Leland? How dare he? I felt like most of the rounds were me and Bubba. It was really hard to feel like we even had a third teammate. We had maybe 1 or 2 rounds where our third teammate kind of really did something. We got a lot of Johnnies who kind of just did nothing. So my padlocks, by the way, I keep on me. So that way, oh, it's a sissy. I just saw that. I don't really see much of a point to Sissy really on any maps. Right now I find her to be really weak and she's just not that great. She is fun to play though, and she's definitely being played more right now because of the new skin and the new execution pack. So I keep my last 2 padlocks on me so that way they can't pop them because padlocks, obviously any of the locks have a one-time use. So that way if one of the victims happens to pop a lock, it's not going to be my padlock. It's just going to be the default lock that are on the gates. And that way I can go and I can put another padlock on it. And they're either going to be locked inside the area and have to well, or they're going to try and run to the exit gate realizing that it's been relocked and it's not going to be too pleasant. In that way, you don't have the situation of, oh crap, they opened our battery. Let me go all the way back over to generator and take the gate off, take the padlock off of that, and then make my way all the way over to the other side of the map. That way, it's already on you, and you can just go over there and do it. You don't have to take an extra trip to go and get your padlocks.
Grandpa's taking a liking to you, so for his sake, use that head of yours as fake.
Again, because you have a sissy, there's no protection or communication between them if someone gets in. So I see that somebody popped a lock on this, and so I added a padlock. Because Bubba went in and he was gonna force whoever went in there to well, I knew that I could walk away. My best advice would be for anyone to not go anywhere that a killer already is. Please never chase a victim that someone else is already chasing. It's just such a waste of time, and it's you only need one person on it. I mean, unless it's the last person, then have at it, But your best bet is you're gonna want to be patrolling some. You're also gonna be able to tell. I know I mentioned this earlier, but I really hate that my voice isn't up to par right now. So there's gonna be moments where I'm mute because I don't want to cough in your guys' ears. I'm trying my best. This is quite a lengthy video for me to be talking over. So, please give me grace. I appreciate it.
Got you now. They're over here.
At this point, Bubba has had a nice little collection of bodies in this little trash.
That's it. Tastes good, don't it?
I got my yellow pencil cosmetic on. Also, while you see this Sissy's light lighting up, she actually was giving no props. She was not very helpful. It was a lot of console noise. If you've ever played with consoles, no offense, love them. You'll know pretty well that their mics never tend to be the best. So this is Family House. Family House is easily my most favorite map in the game. Both sides. I like to play Victim on this map. I like to play Family on this map as well. So again, I'm Cook, obviously. I collect this bucket. I always look for this bucket first. I go through Den. Another thing that I do, which I know some Family players don't like, I always latch the store because people tend to come up the store and because Fuse tends to spawn there. I lock that, and then if the crawl space up there is open, I'll close that too, because then they're stuck there. So if Grandpa wakes up immediately, I go straight to the porch and I put a padlock on that door. Because if somebody comes up immediately and I haven't made it into that room, it's going to be really hard for me to know whether somebody went out that door already or not. Because there's not a lock on the porch. There's not a default lock on that
They
porch.
couldn't have gone.
Oh, another thing that I wanted to mention that it's taken me 3 rounds apparently to mention is that when I collect my blood, if you see me doing something weird,
What's going on?
I'm using his power to cancel out the animation of getting the blood. If you watch right here, I press my M2 right as he's about to complete the interaction, and I press
knew
it to
you
start it
around
and
here
stop
somewhere.
immediately right as it's just about to
Here you
finish.
go, Grandpa.
That way it cancels the animation
Here
of
you
collecting
go.
the blood, and it just gives you a couple of extra seconds, especially since victims can rush very quickly in the beginning, especially when you're going to make a shot, like almost immediately. We have a hitch. I don't remember if this hitch did much this round. A lot of the family houses that I played tonight, the hitches were they were interesting, I'll say.
I'm fixing to find you all, that's for sure.
Again, you'll notice that the rando brought a grandpa perk. So all that blood collecting did not activate exterior alarms. Exterior alarms is just really, really, really strong, especially on Family House when
It's too
things
far.
are so compact. That's another reason why I like this map the most. Things are just much more condensed, and I feel like there's a lot more family victim interaction between each other, and that's why I really like it. I just think it's a lot more fun. But yeah, exterior really helps when they could very
can't hear
sneakily,
nothing.
especially when you have a hitch that isn't putting his traps where they should be. The staircases, because that's a like I said earlier, the traps are a really good indication whether somebody went upstairs or not. Because if they have, they're going to have to use their bomb squad in order to take those traps down. So you're going to know that someone had been there and they're upstairs and you need to check on them. Otherwise, they could be up there and you'll have no idea. It just makes patrolling a lot easier and knowing where you need to be. Again, on this map, you're going to want to make sure that you use your power to check your traps if you're playing hitch, or your padlocks if you're playing quick. On this map, I do use all of my padlocks immediately. Because again, with a Connie or a Danny or anyone with very high proficiency, they can pop just a 1 lock in a second and be outside. And once they're outside, while Family House is very condensed, the outside is very big and you can lose them very quickly if they got out the door and you are none the wiser. So I put on my padlocks immediately. No!
Look, I'm sorry about your friend, but
Oh,
I'm afraid
well,
you
okay,
done landed
so
square dab in the
I
shit house.
didn't mean to knock him over. I had no clue he was there. I had no clue he was there. I just knew the Leland whipped that way. I will say the funniest thing about this game, the knocking Bubba over is Family House tends to go pretty fast for me.
Entered the home.
And my team, actually. I mean, it wouldn't go as well if I was playing
Before
the solo
attempting to stab
experience.
both roommates.
Thankfully, I have a very, very, very strong Bubba as my teammate. So this is Nancy's house. This is probably going to be the most boring round that you're going to see. Because Nancy's house is played very slow for Cook, because Cook is kind of perched up on the porch, and he's really not meant to go out too far, because someone can get upstairs and get through this front door, which leads them to escape pretty quickly. Again, if you have someone like Connie or Danny or someone with high proficiency that could get through quickly. Again, I think this map kind of needs a Cook. It's pretty necessary, or else you're going to kind of just get rushed and someone's going to come up, turn off generator, which on this map is in the center, and you do not have to unlock any gates and unlock anything. It is smack dab right outside, and there's nothing preventing anyone from going and keeping the generator, which will turn off the electricity to the road to the left of this house. And they could just run right up that road, pop the gate that you just saw me put a padlock on, and escape. With a cook, that's going to be 2 locks that they have to do. So most good teams aren't going to want to attempt to escape that gate by turning off generator. They may use generator as a distraction, but if they're a good team, they're not really going to try that route. Once they see there's a cook on this map, usually they just forget that route, but you could find someone who may do something. So on this map, I put my padlocks on that front door inside the house, out to that exit gate, and then I put the second one on the exit gate. Then I'll make my way down here. I'll check to see if I see the fuse on the porch or in the garage. I'll collect blood buckets along my way, making my way over to car battery, and I put it on the car battery gate as an extra safety method. Because again, usually I'm playing with a pre-made, and my hitch will then have an extra trap that he can put somewhere else, and he won't have to worry about putting a trap on the gate, and he can put that somewhere else while putting a trap still on the sliding door for car battery. And then I'll try to hurry my little cook butt back to house before someone gets upstairs without my knowledge. The more you check your tab, the more you'll kind of have an idea of what's going on. You'll know how many doors have been opened. And you'll know kind of how much time you have to get back. It's always a little risk for Cook because he's so slow to go from the house all the way over to car battery. So that's not always something I do if I see that they're rushing very early on and I know I just don't have the time, then I won't, and I'll hold on to it until I have a moment where I can. But once you're set up, Nook just kind of stays here for the most part. There are times where I will go downstairs into the garage area if the fuse is down there. But otherwise, I'll kind of just stay up here and I'll overlook, especially when I'm not in a 3-man pre-made and I don't have any kind of comms with the third person. This just kind of gives me a bird's eye view of everything, and it's just really helpful for me to give information to Bubba, since I don't have anyone else really to help, because the rando usually is never very helpful. So, and if I recall, I think the third person's a Johnny. I keep forgetting to look every time the little tab window pops up. I forget to look. I feel like it's a Johnny, and this Johnny was, we'll just say he was very interesting. Because I'm a nice girl that way, and that's what we're going to go with. Interesting. If I recall, the sliding door was open, and Connie had come up. I thought she was in there. I thought I heard her, but she happened to be here. So I was like, oh, sorry, Bubba. My bad. This tends to be my forever place, unless the oh, also that's a window the Bubba had mentioned in this round. If he wasn't even aware that that was a window there, a lot of people don't tend to jump out that window. There are 2 windows that you can jump on this map if you're not aware of it. If you're not aware of those locations, there's the one right there that you jump out of and you fall to the front of the house, and then there's actually one right outside the room. When you go up that ladder to get upstairs, and in that hallway there's a window right in between the 2 rooms, and you can jump out that one. That is going to land you in that area where the ladder to come up from porches. That is a locked gate. There is a well there with usually a heal that you can take, because if you jump out that middle window, I don't know if I can. Yeah, that window right there that you saw. More times than not, especially if you've taken any kind of damage prior, you're gonna have to recover, and once you recover once, the next time you bleed out, you're dead. So if you jump out that window and you have to recover, and you don't use the heal, and you go down that well, more than likely you're dead, and that's just not gonna help you. So there tends to usually be a heal in that little area, but it doesn't always. Sometimes it does. For the most part, I've always been able to get a heal, but I have seen it before where it doesn't. So those are the 2 window jumping locations on this map. So there's window jumps on this map, and there's window jumps on Family House. And there is supposed to be a new map coming out, hopefully soon, which will be a map with, I think, multiple floors
Just
with
get
window
back
jumps,
here.
because this map
You're
is
only
supposed to be
making things
more
worse.
height than it is width. So hopefully there's going to be a lot of window jump fun times. I like jumping the windows. I have a window counter on my stream of how many times I've jumped out the window. Those are the 4 maps. That's how I usually play my cook. I appreciate you guys so much watching. The next couple of videos that I put up should be, and hopefully will be, the other family members that I play, how I play them. Again, I'm so sorry for my voice. If you want to catch my streams, I stream over at Twitch Monday, basically every day of the week except for Wednesdays, 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes I'm a little late, but usually 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern every single day except for Wednesdays. And yeah, I play a lot of Family, I play a lot of Victim, and yeah, so please check me out. Hopefully I will get over being sick sooner than later, and things will work out. Where is this last person? I wanted to make sure that I got everything out that I needed to say, because I notice I always rush my endings. So I want to make sure I get everything out. Go follow me on Twitch. I appreciate you. Sub to me here, and I will love you forever. Have a great night, guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys again.